So we are doing this review today because your girl has time and I want to. So I was gonna do this whole animated thing and then I was like, girl, you got an iPhone. I really need to put it on do not disturb because I am getting text messages. Anyway, so we are reviewing Wu Assassins today, y'all. Now, this came out in 2019 on Netflix. I watched it from the beginning, from the very first episode. I was in love with it, okay? In love. So much love. All the love. All the love. Now, I'm just sitting in my room using my phone to make this because who wants to get a webcam? Not me. Um, yeah, so we just gonna talk about this. Now, I'm not gonna go episode by episode because there's 10 episodes, I believe. And we ain't getting a season two. So, yeah. All right. So there's Kai, who is essentially trafficked into America by his father. He's Chinese Indonesian, and yeah, the triad, Uncle Six, helped him do that. Um, he was a kid apparently when that happened, but Uncle Six wants Kai to see him as his son, and Kai's like, "But you're not my father, though." Like, bye. And Uncle Six, as the triad boss, keeps trying to buy his love, which you're not his father, sir. It's given stalker. Anyway, so he tries to buy Kai a restaurant because Kai likes to cook and wants, has a food truck and stuff like that. And he's working for Jenny. Now, y'all had time to watch this. You should know who these characters are. If you're not into martial arts, fine. Whatever. Your life. Your tragic, sad life. Anyway, Jenny runs her family's restaurant, which her family don't even live here, bro. She here with her brother. How you gonna start a restaurant with your kids and then leave to go back home? Weird, mad weird. But anyway, so Kai is helping out Tommy, who is Jenny's brother, work at this restaurant because they need help because the triad who Tommy works for, why I don't fucking know, but who Tommy works for, they want to have a little get together at the restaurant. So Kai is there and he's helping cook in the kitchen, and for some reason this girl has a breakdown over fucking peanuts in her food. So they drag the cook who actually cooked the food. It was not Kai. They drag the cook who cooked the food out the kitchen to get his ass beat. And Kai is like, nah, this ain't happening. So Tommy tells Kai to get lost. And then Tommy takes the ass beating for Kai. Which, that's a good friend. Because let me tell you, I wouldn't have did it. Yeah. So that happened. And Jenny comes in the next day. She's like, what the heck? What? Because it's a mess in there. They didn't clean up the restaurant. Nobody cleaned a damn thing. I don't know how people got tips because didn't nobody wash no dishes. Nobody cleaned anything. No nothing. I don't. Girl, where'd you find this staff? Because never. I don't understand it. Y'all got one of the best restaurants in South San Francisco and you ain't got nobody to clean. This is why she don't like her brother running her restaurant. Anywho, so yeah, Kai got his ass beat. Not Kai. Tommy got his ass beat by his own triad members. Like, what? How that happen? Like, you work with them and they beat your ass because you stuck up for somebody else? That's mad weird. But anyway. Also, we could go over that later. Yeah, so Kai, because he didn't get his ass beat, they still send people to beat his ass. And I said earlier, he worked at a food truck. Also, his own like food truck is called like the Kung Foodie or some shit like that. So it's closing time, and guys from the triad show up to beat his ass. He beats their ass and then tries to get in the truck, and then he hits somebody. She didn't get hit. And enters Ying Ying. So Ying Ying comes in and she like, yo, you the new Wu assassin, bruh. And he like, what the fuck are you talking about, girl? What are you talking about? I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. What is the Wu assassin? What's that? Now, I don't know if y'all are into Chinese philosophy. Look it up. Okay, just look it up. Don't look up Wu Assassin because you're gonna get the series. Look up the Wu. Alright, look it up. I'm not going into Earth, bruh. It's Avatar. Alright, not even. Anyway, I mean, essentially, it's Avatar. They possess the abilities to manipulate the elements. So, Avatar. Anyway, so Ying Yang comes in. She pulls him out of reality, right? She pulls him out of reality and into like, you know, the spirit world, whatever you want to call it. And so Kai's like, I'm not about to fight nobody. I don't even understand this. And she like, not only do you need to fight them, you need to kill them. And he like, girl, bye? I don't what? Nah, I'm not doing that. And then those same guys that beat up Tommy and came for Kai get killed by Uncle Six because it was like, he was like, that's my son, and y'all really didn't know that. And they was like, no. Where did y'all find these people? Do they listen? I have so many questions, for real. Anyway, so now Kai got hurt in that accident because they did come to beat him up. He did get hurt. He didn't leave unscathed. That would have been a miracle. So yeah, he in the hospital, and Jenny, who is Tommy's sister, remember, keep up. She comes because she's his emergency contact, and she like, what happened? Oh my God, what happened? And for whatever reason, they let this go. This entire romance plot line, they let it go. Don't know why, but so yeah. And he doesn't tell her, obviously, because how do you say that? Oh, I got beat up by the triad because of Tommy. We know her brother's a fuck up. He's also a heroin addict. Shh, don't tell nobody. Shh. Nah, everybody knows he's a heroin addict. Yeah, so that happens. And so the truck is messed up. I don't know where the people that work for the food truck gonna work while it's messed up. Y'all just not gonna have jobs in California. In San Francisco, you know how expensive it is to live in San Francisco. And y'all just not gonna work nowhere? Anyway, I don't know. Yeah, so the truck, the food truck is out of order. And that fine man, he just show up on your screen and you just be like, God, he's so fine. I'm gonna call him sexy because he is. He's literally, we ain't gotta talk about that. Anyway, Lucien walks, he like the triads, oh God, what is it called? He steal cars. He steal cars, and he's working for the triad and the Russians. But that's gonna get real messy real quick because they don't tell you why. And they don't tell you how. They don't tell you why. It's just he working for the Russians. Whatever. I don't know. Guy's friends, Tommy, Jenny, who are siblings, and Lucien, who's fine self. Yeah, they all been friends since they was young. And yeah. his garage, Lucien's garage. He works for, he, you know, steals cars. He got a custom garage. Um, yeah, it's a front for the triad, as well as the Russian people. I don't know. Anyway, we gonna enter with CG. CG is an undercover cop who comes in and she asked Lucien for a job and he was like, nah, girl, get up out of here. And so she stole his car. Because she wanted to get hired, obviously, because she's, you know, a cop. Anywho, this man got an issue with women and finding out too late they cops to enter movie. But we ain't gonna talk about that because that movie was so disappointing. But whatever. Anyway, so yeah, he hires her because she stole his car and he don't even know how. She stole his car. It's a nice ass car with his fine self. Yeah, so Yang Yang is telling Kai, like, you gotta kill these dudes. Kai finds out later on through a dream, a vision, something, that CG is gonna get killed by Uncle Six if he don't do something. And he like, I fine, because Uncle Six is the Firewoo. Anyway, so Uncle Six been the Firewoo for like, I don't know, 15 years, since Kai and Jenny and Tommy and Lucien were kids, like teens. I'm guessing everybody in their 30s now, because they are. Which kudos to them for not making adult actors play teenagers. Thank you, Netflix. Pulling a Disney. Thank you for not doing that. Anyway, yeah, so then, what are we at? What are we on? I want y'all to know this all started over a fucking peanut. If the bitch would have just took the peanuts out of the fucking food, none of this shit would have happened. Anyway, so Kai is, he realized Uncle Six is the Firewoo. Uncle Six does not know that Kai is the Woo assassin. He don't know that. He finds out later on because Uncle Six is going around abducting all these people, the ones that came for Kai. Not the ones that came for Kai. Because Kai is the Woo assassin. This is a messy ass story from start to finish. Because Kai is the Woo assassin, he gets different faces when he's fighting. It's to protect his identity. Watch the show. It'll make sense when you watch it. So they just said when he was beating up them guys that came for him because they didn't know that his father was the triad boss, and they didn't believe Tommy when Tommy told them that he was the fucking triad boss's son. They're like, oh, it was some bald chef. So then Uncle Six just goes around fucking Chinatown abducting bald Asian chefs and trying to find out which one of them is the damn Woo assassin. And it's none of them until Kai willingly brings himself in there as the Woo assassin, looking like the bald chef. So they get into a fight and all of that. And he has to save CG, remember, because the dream. And at this point, he knows that CG is a cop. But Kai don't tell nobody, of course. Yeah. There's a lot going on, y'all. It's a lot. And then pretty much you find out that Uncle Six's right-hand woman, Zan? How you say it? Zan? I don't know. Zan. I'm gonna call her Zan. I think that's how you say it. Anyway, Zan, who's fly. Who Jenny done fought this girl like 3 times and lost every time. Jenny, I'm sorry, girl. You better stick to the fight ring. You better stick to the fight ring. Anyway. Yeah, so Zan is Uncle Six's right hand woman, and he's like, you ain't never gonna be a triad boss girl. You a girl. Ugh, real misogynistic, Uncle Six. You lucky you fine. Anyway, so she joins the water. He's not the water woo. He's the wood woo. He's the wood woo. So there's the wood woo, the water woo, the earth woo, and the metal woo, and the fire woo, obviously. Yeah, so she joins him to take down Uncle Six because she like, you're not about to tell me I'm about to be somebody's right hand my entire career. This girl done went to jail for the triad when she was 13. What she was doing up in jail at 13, girl? And in a foreign country. I couldn't do it. No. But she fly now. And she could beat everybody's ass. I don't care what they say. Jenny had to learn that lesson 3 times. Now, I don't know why Netflix did this, but let me tell you something. When they went back to the flashback, because I'm not going to tell y'all the whole thing. Watch it. When they went back to the flashback, y'all, 15 years ago, when the crew, Tommy, Jenny, Lucien, and Kai were kids, teenagers, all Netflix did was put a wig on Byron Mann and say, this is him 15 years ago. They put a fucking wig on him, a long wig. They just threw it in a ponytail and was like, that's enough. You look 15 years younger now. Netflix, stop being lazy. You lazy, Netflix. You lazy. Y'all got money. Really? A wig? Anyway. Yeah, so Lucien has a burn mark on like his neck all the way up to his head because they snuck into somewhere. I don't know why the fuck they was there, but they snuck into somewhere and a fire started because Uncle Six was taking over. They don't know that. They don't find it out until now in the present that it was Uncle Six that started the fire because he's the fire woo. And he did it to take over the triad. Yeah, and Lucien got burned real bad, but he's still fine. He can still get it any day of the week. Any day of the week. Any day of the week, all day, every day. That's the same thing as every day of the week. Anyway, we're not going to talk about my affinity for Louis Tan. Anyway, yeah, so now Lucien knows, oh, Uncle Six is the one that burnt my ass. Okay, well, I'm gonna go put some bullets in this motherfucker. He don't. He. While Kai is looking for the Earth Woo, who is fucking psychotic and portrayed by Kevin Durant. Hey, how you doing? What's up? I don't even know where I was at. I don't. But anyway. Yeah. So I'm gonna explain the woos themselves. Now, the metal woo can manipulate. Louis, I don't need you updating your Instagram while I'm making a video that includes you, sir. You look fine in that suit, though. You do. Looking real good. Anyway. So, where was I? The metal woo. The metal woo can, I have to stop doing that. I have to stop. It's stupid. Anyway, so the metal woo can manipulate metal, electricity, electronics, and that includes the metal in your blood. So that comes back. And that the Earth Woo has telekinesis. And he crazy. He fully crazy. That man fully crazy. The Earth Woo. They don't tell you why he's doing what he's doing. He makes it very clear he's not going to stop killing people. Yeah, I mean, they call him a warlord. They're all warlords, and I don't know. I feel like they had to do a little bit more than what they're doing to be called a warlord. But whatever. I didn't. You know, the Woodwoo can manipulate obviously plant matter. So woods, plants, woods, trees, plants, and he has prolonged life. I don't know if the rest of them have prolonged life. They never explain that. The Woodwoo used to be the Woo assassin until his family got killed. And then he became the Woodwoo to try to bring them back. And he is the Irish mafia, I mean, it's a Scottish mob boss, but he's an international crime boss, but his underlings speak Russian. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't know. Yeah. So there's that. The water woo can turn into water and manipulate water. That's it. That's all she could do. And obviously the fire woo can control fire and start fires. And just, whatever. So those are the woos. I have to stop doing that. Sorry. Yeah, so Ying is important because she was the first Wu assassin, and she has succeeded in defeating all the Wu, and then she got killed, and then all her work was undone. So yeah, there's that. Yeah. So CG is interested in Lucen for some reason. I mean, he fine as hell, but I didn't think they had that kind of relationship. They got close to each other once and told each other some weird things that you would probably need to go to therapy for. But yeah, so anyway, did it again. Zahn knows that the fire woo piece, monk piece is what it's called, a monk piece. Because, all right, so they got the monk piece out of Uncle Six. You find it, it goes into your body. That's how you become a woo. So Uncle Six gave his up willingly to Kai because he really wanted to show Kai, like, I really just want to be here for you. And Kai's like, all right, but do this thing first. So Zahn shows up to the police station because Kai gave the monk piece to CG to hide in the evidence locker. So she gets arrested. And the monk piece is now in the police station. Zahn shows up, and her and the metal will be fucking up everybody, including CG. Yeah, I don't even know if they killed a boss or whatever. I have no idea. They don't really give you an ending to that piece. They don't show you what happens after the police station is attacked. Nothing. Yeah, so Jenny is in the police station because Tommy got picked up. And at this point, everybody knows. Everybody knows about Kai being the Wu assassin. Jenny, Tommy, Lucen, they all know. So yeah, so Tommy has gotten locked up. Why? I think it was because of the Triad abducting all the chefs and stuff like that. So they know he works for the Triad, so they arrested him. So I guess they could question him. I filmed part of this and it got lost. I don't know how. Anyway, yeah, so Tommy's in the police station. Jenny shows up. Obviously, Zahn is there and beats her ass again. But I can't remember. I think CG knocked out Zahn somehow. And Tommy gets dabbed, I think, stabbed, shot, something like that. And he gets shot by the Woodwoo, which is McCullough, the international crime boss with the Scottish Russians. Um, yeah. So everybody's at the police station, obviously. Jenny takes the fire monk piece, and she obviously gets it and puts it in her body, and she won't give it back. So McCullough, the Woodwoo, takes them, and he pretty much tells Kai, if you don't come meet me at this place, I will kill your friends. So Kai shows up with Lucien, obviously, and they beat everybody's ass. I think they're at like a warehouse or something. I don't even know where they're at. The woods somewhere. I don't fucking know. But everybody gets their ass beat by Kai and Lucien. And yeah. I'm reviewing my footage as I'm filming this, of me filming this yesterday. And I realized I never finished the video. So here I am recording me finishing the video. And all the Wu give their monk pieces to McCullough, and he puts them all together, creates the turtle shell, and goes to the spirit world, right? So he goes back essentially to the time that he came from, which I think is like 1700s or something like that, something crazy. He'd been alive for like hundreds of years, centuries, I think. And he puts the pieces together. He goes back to his time, and he tries to save his wife and his son from being murdered. However, his wife and son are like, who the fuck are you? Because my dad don't look like this. And the wife is like, my husband, you ain't my husband. You look like him. You don't sound like him. You don't. You look crazy. You a crazy man. Showing up with a fucking 3-piece suit like they had that in the 1700s. Or whatever the fuck this was supposed to be. Yeah. But he's like, it's me. Trust me, it's me. And she's like, okay. Because she knows her husband is missing. And so the team gets in there. CG is not in there. I think she's being manipulated by the metal Wu. Or that happened in the police station. I don't fucking know, y'all. It's a long series. But it's so good. It's so good. Anyway, so everybody's there in like the spirit world, and they're fighting all the Wu. They're fighting all the Wu with the monk pieces and all that shit. And they're like, Kai, they pretty much have to kill McCullough because he's not gonna stop. So I think I don't even remember what they did, y'all. I don't believe they killed him. They might have. I think Kai killed him. I think Kai kills McCullough. And then they go back to the regular world. Uncle Six is now dead because he was killed by Zan. And everybody's all sad about that. And there's a mural. I don't know who did that painting, but that shit was nice. It was like Uncle Six Lives or something like that. And it was like a mural to him in Chinatown. So yeah, they go back. Everything is like not back to normal, obviously, because what's normal after your not father has been killed and his right hand is now the boss of the triad. So they end the series with this thing of them wanting to find Zan, who is in Taiwan or something like that. And she's meeting with all the bosses, the triad leaders and stuff like that. And they're like, oh, we gotta go find her. We gotta stop her. Blah, blah, blah. This gets completely dropped. By the time the movie comes out, if you watch the movie, you know how it drops. they dropped this whole thing, which is why I was like, we're probably not going to get a second season, because they dropped all of the plot lines from the first season. Yeah, I wish they wouldn't have. I wish they would, go back, but whatever. Anyway, and then Kai, they're sitting at the restaurant, reminiscing and stuff like that, and trying to find Zan. And Ying Ying shows up, and Kai's like, what the girl, they could see you, what are you doing here? And yeah, she's in real life now. They dropped this also. And she's like, the world still needs you, Kai. And then the series ends. What I didn't like, they never explained to you why Lucien was working for the Scottish Russians. Yeah, they don't explain to you how CG knows Russian, but I'm guessing because she's a cop. She probably did some work where she had to learn Russian for some reason. What else did I not like? Tommy being a dumbass. The kiss between CG and Lucien for some reason. It didn't need to happen. They didn't establish any romance. But I mean, the kiss was just a kiss. And then, she stole his car again. Big shocker. And she's like, I'm leaving. I'm not gonna stay here no more. She's leaving California. Obviously gets dropped because the movie takes place in Taiwan. Wow, Thailand. Jesus. Get it right, girl. That's the end. The end of the series. It was good. I love it. I watch it like twice a year because it's just so good. If you don't like martial arts movies, what are you doing with your life? For real. But yeah, that's the end of the series. I'm going to finish editing this video and put it up. I keep forgetting to film and end it. That's why you keep getting 3 separate videos. This is also a very long process, this Memoji to video thing. Anyway, comment, subscribe, like it, all the stuff. Do all the things. Thank you. I tried really hard. I'm still working on how I'm gonna do this. But yeah, leave me some suggestions and whatever. Bye guys.